The original Nikon ZF was a phenomenon. It wasn't just a camera, it was a whole vibe. It proved that classic, tactile design and modern tech could be a perfect match, and it totally captured the hearts of photographers who were sick of the same old boring black camera bodies. But as much as everyone loved it, it wasn't perfect. The community had a wishlist, a collection of what-ifs that could take this camera from a retro favorite to an absolute modern legend. Well, it looks like Nikon was taking notes. The first big leaks for the Nikon ZF Mark II are hitting the web, and they suggest Nikon wasn't just listening, they're planning a knockout. We're not talking about a few minor tweaks. We're talking about a massive leap in performance that could redefine this entire style of camera. We've got rumors of everything from a brand new processor pulled from a future flagship, to video specs that could challenge dedicated cinema cameras, and a price that might be the most shocking detail of all. So, let's break down what might just be the most hyped camera of the next couple of years. The new brains of a flagship processor. Let's start with the brain of the whole operation, the processor. The original ZF used the fantastic Speed 7, the same engine found in the Z8 and Z9 powerhouses. It was fast, it was smart, and it enabled some incredible autofocus. But tech never sleeps. The demands of next-gen video and AI are growing like crazy, and to really jump forward, the ZF Mark II needed more than just a capable processor. It needed a monster. And that's exactly what the rumors are pointing to. The leaks suggest the ZF Mark II will be one of the first cameras to get Nikon's new Speed 8 image processor. This isn't just a small step up. This is the same processor rumored to be destined for the top dog, flagship Nikon Z9 Mark II. Think about that for a second. Nikon might be dropping its most powerful and released flagship-grade processing power into this beautiful retro body. What does that actually mean for you? It means everything gets faster, smarter, and more efficient. It's the key that unlocks the wild video specs we'll get to in a minute. It provides the horsepower for a completely overhauled autofocus system and means faster processing, potentially cleaner high-ISO images, and a snappier camera experience from top to bottom. Putting the Speed 8 in the ZF Mark II would be a major statement, signaling that Nikon sees this camera not as a stylish side project, but as a serious performance beast. The heart of the image, a partially stacked sensor. A powerful processor needs a sensor that can keep up. The original ZF had an amazing 24.5 megapixel sensor that delivered gorgeous images. But its one weakness was its readout speed. It was a standard CMOS sensor, which was starting to feel its age, especially when it came to electronic shutter performance and video. The ZF Mark II is rumored to inherit a game-changing piece of tech from the recently released Z6 Mark III, a 24.5 MPFX format partially stacked CMOS sensor. That term, partially stacked, is the magic ingredient here. A fully stacked sensor like the one in the Z9 is insanely powerful but also incredibly expensive. This design gives you a huge slice of that performance at a much more wallet-friendly price. This sensor is reported to have a 3.5x faster readout speed than the one in the original ZF. This directly solves one of the biggest practical complaints about the original. Faster readout speed crushes that distracting jello effect or rolling shutter you see when panning quickly in video or using the silent electronic shutter. It enables faster, blackout-free shooting and allows the camera to process an insane amount of data, which is a perfect lead into our next topic. It's the ideal pairing, the Speed 8 processor as the brain, and this new sensor providing the lightning-fast reflexes. The video revolution -6K RAW and 4K slow motion. This is where things get really wild. The original ZF was a good video camera, but it wasn't a class leader. It had 4K up to 3OP, which was fine, but it was easily outclassed by the competition. Videographers using Nikon have been begging for a true hybrid camera in a smaller body. The ZF Mark II looks like it could be the answer. According to the leaks, the video specs are getting a ridiculous upgrade. Get ready for this. 6K video at 60 frames per second in Nikon's RAW format. That is just staggering. That's a higher resolution and frame rate than many dedicated cinema cameras that cost thousands more. RAW gives filmmakers incredible flexibility for color grading and tweaking exposure in post. But that's not all. The camera is also rumored to support 4K video at 120 frames per second in ProRes RAW. For anyone who shoots action, sports, or just loves that buttery smooth slow motion look, this is a dream feature. It would elevate the camera from a vlogging tool to a serious cinematic machine. It's also expected to have full HD at 24 FPS for even more extreme slow motion. These specs wouldn't just blow the original ZF out of the water, they could give even the brand new Z6 Mark III a run for its money in key areas. This is easily the single biggest leap forward for the ZF line. The blinking eye next generation autofocus. Nikon's autofocus has come a long way, with the Z8 and Z9 setting a new standard. While the original ZF was great, it didn't have the full, top-tier feature set. The ZF Mark II is poised to fix that. The leaks point to an enhanced 273-point hybrid AF system, but the real story is the AI driving it. The system is rumored to feature advanced eye-based subject detection that goes way beyond just people and animals. We're talking a specialized bird detection mode for wildlife shooters, plus dedicated modes for cars, planes, and maybe even insects. This isn't just about adding more subjects to a menu, it's about how reliably the camera tracks them. The Speed 8 processor allows the camera to analyze scenes more intelligently, predict movement, and stick to a subject's eye like glue. The AF performance is expected to be one of the most intelligent systems in a camera at this price. For a wedding photographer tracking a couple, a wildlife photographer following a bird in flight, or a videographer needing reliable focus on a moving car, this upgrade is a huge deal. Okay, let's hit pause. We've talked about a flagship processor, a partially stacked sensor, 6K RAW video, and some of the smartest autofocus around. This is already a monster of a camera. If you're as pumped about these specs as I am, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss any updates. And let me know in the comments, which of these first 4 leaks is the biggest deal for you? Is it the processor, the sensor, the video, or the autofocus? I'd love to hear what you think. The shooting experience, upgraded viewfinder, and ergonomics. A camera is so much more than a spec sheet. It's how it feels in your hands. The ZF Mark II is rumored to address a few key points here. First, the viewfinder. Leaks suggest a blackout-free 5.76 OLED electronic viewfinder. This is a fantastic quality-of-life upgrade for action shooters. A blackout-free VF means the screen never goes dark between shots, so you can track your subject perfectly without interruption. That's a feature normally found only on high-end sports cameras. Next up, ergonomics. The grip on the original ZF was a bit divisive. Some loved its sleek, minimalist style. Others found it tough to hold for long shoots or with bigger lenses. The rumored solution is genius, an optional vertical grip. This gives you the best of both worlds. Keep that classic, slim profile for everyday shooting, or slap on the grip for better handling, vertical controls, and more battery life on pro jobs. Finally, a huge pro-level touch, the card slots. The original ZF had one SD slot and one microSD slot, which frustrated some pros. The Mark II is expected to feature dual card slots, with one *** Express Type B and one UHS to SD card slot ***. This gives you the speed needed for 6K RAW video and the flexibility and security pros demand. The all-important question are price and release date. So, we have a camera with a flagship processor, a partially stacked sensor, pro-level video, and next-gen autofocus. It's an absolute beast on paper. That leaves the 2 biggest questions: how much is it going to cost, and when can we actually buy it? Let's start with the price. Brace yourselves. The rumored launch price is around $2,000 USD. If that's true, it's incredibly aggressive. At that price, it would undercut competitors like the Canon R6 Mark II and Sony A7 IV while offering a spec sheet that, especially in video, looks to be far more powerful. If Nikon can pack in all this tech and keep the price near the originals, the ZF Mark II would be one of the best deals in the entire full-frame market. Now, here's the catch. You're going to have to be patient. The rumored release window isn't next month or even next year. The leaks are pointing to a launch around late 2026 or early 2027. This timeline makes a lot of sense. It gives the Z6 Mark III its time to shine and explains how flagship-level tech like the Speed 8 processor can make its way into this camera. It's a long wait, but if these rumors are even close to accurate, it'll be well worth it. So, let's tie this all together. The Nikon ZF Mark II is shaping up to be everything people ask for and then some. It takes the beloved retro design of the original and injects it with the performance DNA of a future flagship. We're talking about the rumored Speed 8 processor, a fast partially stacked sensor, unbelievable 6K RAW and 4K 120 FPS video, and an AI-powered autofocus system that can track just about anything. Nikon isn't just making a sequel, it seems like they're creating a new class of camera. This is a true hybrid monster that blends nostalgic style with absolutely ruthless, modern performance. It's a camera that seems equally at home on a fashion shoot, a documentary film set, or out in the wild tracking animals. And that rumored $2,000 price tag makes it not just exciting, but potentially irresistible. Of course, these are early leaks, and things can always change. But they paint a very clear picture. Nikon is playing to win. They've listened to their users, and their answer looks like it could be an absolute knockout. What do you think? Is the Nikon ZF Mark II the camera you've been waiting for? Is this the camera that could make you switch brands? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.